Ladies and gentlemen, it's time, right about that time, to rejoin our friends over in the demi-plane, dark place, bad place. It's Barovia. You know it, you love it. It's PZ85 plays The Curse of Strahd.
Gray mist.
On the Podzilla 1985 network. I'm Cody Sandusky, the voice you have heard both in person and on soundboard, telling you about a dark gray mist. Joining me are the others trapped in this dark gray mist called existence on this ethereal plane that we hope to escape one day relatively soon. Bjorn the Bloodhunter, who's just now making it to this combat, being seen in this picture for the first fucking time in a long time. It's Kaz.
I've been running for 2 episodes.
Well, he ran a moderate distance away. Playing Rasmus Thomason, he of Ilmater's guidance. It's Double H.
That's not my name, Cody.
Oh,
you know what it is.
Trash man.
I'm glad you stopped me because I was going to call you Turd Ferguson, but that's not your name either.
I eat the garbage. After I win the battle, and then I eat the garbage.
You catch people with the fine edge of trash can lids, also known as cross bolts. It's good. It's all good. The Ice Queen, as she's been throwing it with moderate success in recent episodes. It's our Air Genasi, played by Lindsay Wolfgall.
The air is too dry. My contacts are not behaving.
I used to be a piece of shit.
And he still is. It's the owner, creator, and god of Podzilla 1985, playing Sophie, whatever last name we append to her soon. It's Shannon Young.
And not only that, but I also, on my free time, am very much a
berserker. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I just love that the sorry is on there.
Part.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the whole clip is the sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's so good. It's so good. So when last we joined this motley crew, last week, yes, we are getting an episode 2 weeks in a row. Cross your toes and fingers, we might make it 3. All right, you heard the druids drop to their knees, scream no. Kaz is coming into the battle. At that point, Muriel was trying to escape with Claudiu. Everyone else is kind of gaggled in front of this tree. There was a large rumble from this tree, kind of seemingly an exasperated or a giving up sound, although this crew just felt it as guttural rumblings across this entire point on Yester Hill. And that is where we left things off. Any questions before we pick up where we left off?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Cody, let's just get the words of the requisite wizard's key. Why would a grown man eating a candy bar? I don't remember the whole bit. I'm very tired. Thank you. Let's move on.
Yep, all right. I retract my statement. It's fine. I've got nothing to go back into it. I was going to actually do the spiel, but since you've done it, because I don't remember it either, I retract my statement. Okay. Yes, very, very accurate. So, the druids on each side dropped to their knees and yelled no. You felt the rumblings of the ground, and that's where we cut off. So now that I've asked you in person, what are your character reactions to this at the moment? I mean, for example, Rasmus, you're surrounded by a tree that just rumbled at you, 2 corpses inside the tree, 2 corpses next to you, one that still may soon be a corpse. Like, there's a lot going on in your current vicinity.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta imagine that unless there are people actively barreling at Rasmus, like, I'm so busy just trying. I've been playing goalkeeper for like an entire episode, just trying to keep people away from getting into that thing with my mace and my shield. So, aside from noting that it makes this noise, I imagine that Rasmus risks a glance over his shoulder to see if it's actively attacking him, and if not, just keeping at it. Sword, shield, bear down, let's go.
Okay. Sophie, you're in a similar vantage point. What do you see or say in this moment?
Well, I was going to ask, since, not to give too much away, but Sophie has definitely been in this land longer than anybody else here. Would she have any inkling of what that rumbling could mean, or is she as clueless as everybody else?
Well, it's a good time to start. Give me a history check.
I could do that. I'd like to redo it. It's a 7.
Okay.
She understands that it's a tree?
Yeah, no, it's not quite that opaque to you. You understand this whole event, this gathering, all these druids and berserkers, it was a ceremony meant to bring something to life, and you have a feeling based upon this right now that that has been impeded.
Okay, so good thing then.
At least your understanding, yes. There's no outward signs to indicate that to you, but just based upon, hearing it within the distance yelling no, and that big grumble and seemingly no other body appearing in the mouth.
Sophie is going to turn to Rasmus. Actually, and I've got, 2 mirror images left, so it's me plus 2 copies. So all 3 of us turn to Rasmus at the same time and says, it's just in unison, it's that stereo sound. I think that's good sound.
Rasmus, again, is so invested in what's going on at this point that he just, yep. He's almost probably a little broken, like later on this is not going to go well, but in the moment it's just like, yep, that sounds great. That sounds great. All 3 of you, I agree with everything that you're saying.
I'm seeing double. 6 crusties.
Oh, man. Okay.
Sorry, he nods to each of you in turn, like, all right, let's go.
Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard.
Doctor.
Yep. Oh, man. Okay, so Rasmus is broken beyond the capacity for rational thought. Sophie is
optimistic.
Ready to go.
Yeah, she's
seemingly so.
All 3 of her.
So for the berserkers that are near you,
wait, the what?
God damn it!
I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. Well,
I can see Kaz's eyes. He was gonna do it.
Yep, he was gonna do it too.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was giving it a pause because I was expecting it to jump off in front of me. So the beings you've been fighting in front of you don't currently seem to be giving up that fight. Through everything you're seeing, because you don't really have anything impeding that left side, Rasmus, if you were to look over, you at least don't immediately see another druid sprinting your way, like you did with those last 2 that tried to come into the mall. You currently don't see that happening this time.
Okay, good. I'm going to keep my focus in that direction probably, since the one beside me is watching the other direction. So yeah.
So as it stands, we'll kind of pick up in the order. I have a couple questions for the 2 of you, Lindsay and Cass, as we get closer to your time in the turn order. Erwin is still going to fight back this berserker. No matter what happens, he plans to do something about it, and he is going to connect with that short sword he has had in hand. Let's give him a couple of these. Okay. It's going to be 6 damage. Do a little bit of my mental math here between the GM screen. Adrian is going to, being flanked, feeling kind of trapped, and again, as it stands, these do not seem to be relinquishing the fight. They seem to be sticking with it the same way. So he is going to ward off against orange. And that's going to bring us to the berserkers, who feel the need to continue this engagement.
Berserking.
So we'll start, berserking. Yeah, that's a good phrase for it. So we will start with Yellow, actually, since he's up against you all. Yes, Cass?
I was just looking at the order. Am I in here?
Yeah. Where are you? Yeah, you're at 8.
Oh, I can only see 6. That's probably why Kaz.
Yeah, I only see 6 on
Same.
mine too.
Yeah.
You guys can't see 9?
No.
Nope. That's interesting.
Yeah, all I
Mine
see
just
is
says a count of 6. I expanded it, and there's literally only 6 things.
I see, for me, it's showing by 9.
that's really weird. Yeah, I've got 6 too. That's so strange.
Okay. At least for me, you're in the turn order. That's weird. What? This will make for riveting content, I'm sure. Yeah, okay. I was going to ask if you had an image of who it is. Okay. That's...
So on my screen, just as a quick out, I am first for some reason, and then druids, then this girl over here by pink, and then berserkers, then this guy by orange, and then this guy by green. That's all I got. I don't see Lindsay,
that's
Kaz,
what I
or
have
Hunter.
too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just added Bjorn back. Did he reappear in your guys' turn order?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to have to take people out. Please.
And I got a
stand
name
by.
while everybody else doesn't.
Okay, that's weird because for me, I see everybody's name. Let me just
I don't have any names. I just see the
I don't have
icon
any
and the
names
number.
either.
I have my name.
Sorry,
That's it.
I didn't mean to do this. Like,
No,
rather-
you're okay.
Yeah, you did.
It's kind of important for you all to know what's happening, at least in some capacity. Let me see. Who else am I missing here?
Bjorn.
You're
Or,
observer.
Rasmus. Yeah.
Rasmus, thank you. Yes.
We're
Sorry,
applying this
see-
one on a roll 20.
Yeah, seeing images with no names on it is making that a little difficult to ascertain in quick time. Let's see, add character 4. And now let's descending. Sweet. Does that look a little better?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, great. No idea what happened there. Literally half the party not in the counter.
Technical
Thanks, Roll20.
difficulties.
That's right. That's right. So Berserker, yellow, Sophie, yellow is still incredibly fixated on your shadow copies there. So he is going to try to roll up a hit, and that is not going to go against your DC. So the one thing I have to do is remember how your shadow copies work. I know it's mirror image, but shadow copy is what I'm thinking in my head.
It's a good question because I also really don't know how that works. I think if
I actually need you to roll a d20 because that's what it is.
roll a d20.
Yep.
I forget where you just roll a d20 at.
It should be just in the, if you click the...
Oh yeah. I got you.
yeah.
I got you. Okay. Well, no, I'm just increasing the number of d20s I have. What the? There it is. Jesus Christ. Well, that's 2 4s in a row.
Cool.
So.
All right. It will take out your second shadow copy. Damn it. I will say just because of the way it did. So your second mirror image is going to fall to that.
So at that point, as a free, I know it's not my turn, but as a free action, myself and the mirror copy look at each other and say, "Oh, I really liked her." At the same time.
He continues to look at his blade flummoxed. This does not make sense to Berserker. He's a very simple fellow. All right, red and orange are going to attack Adrian. One of them will hit. So he's going to be all right. Yeah, he'll be okay. Let's see. Purple is going to keep going for the felled Muriel. He's not going to hit, so she's going to be okay. Pink is going to run up on you, Zephyra.
Okay.
He's going to take a swing at you. Yeah, that's not going to do it. So, your Shield of Faith continues for at least, I think, a round or two longer, if my math is right.
It was 10 total, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, maybe actually come more than that, so I think we've hit 6 at this point. Either way, it continues to deflect off, and not that it looked like he had much more than a glancing blow at that point.
No, it's for up to 10 minutes.
Oh, God. Yeah, you're good then. You continue to be fine.
It's not 10 rounds, it's 10 minutes.
Yeah. I was thinking 1 minute, yeah. So, yeah, you are very much still imbued with a potent Shield of Faith, and this one didn't touch you. So, we go back to Muriel, kind of speed running through that. She is going to land a blow, because this many characters in this large a map makes for a very clunky game session, I'm learning, as an incompetent DM.
Hey, none of that.
No.
Hey, it's a large scale. It's a large scale encounter. That's okay.
It's a large scale encounter.
Yeah,
the latter part is what wasn't true.
In this environment, I will say it's partially true, just because I've never run something with 15 enemies when it's all said and done.
You just had to be like,
at least stick with the kinder ignorant than incompetent.
Okay, that's
There
fair.
you go.
That's fair.
It's
I'll take
okay
that.
to
That's
be
the I
ignorant
word.
of things. Yes.
Zephyra, you are up. You have someone behind you. You have a druid in front of you that at least currently is on its knees, disheveled. You kind of see that the ceremony being stopped the way it did, everything kind of playing out as it has in the last few seconds. It's not collected itself, but it's at least not turned its attention to you in any ominous sense.
Mostly just don't appreciate the Berserker running up on me, so I'm gonna reach a hand out and cast Shocking Grasp on him.
Okay, go for it.
Grab it by the wiener.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. If I remember correctly, for Shocking Grasp, it's 2d8, so go ahead and hit me with that.
And that is going to be 8 damage.
Okay. So this is the first attack levied against him, but he is already starting to show a worse for wear. He kind of, you see the reverberations, the jolt go through him as he kind of holds onto that axe and pivots back slightly.
And I am just going to take a step back out of his way.
Okay.
And leave it at that.
All right, there you go. The druids are up, and Zephyr, at your vantage point, since you've taken that step back, you kind of have a moment to survey. You can't tell what this druid is going to do. It's bloodied. Like, because you had levied a couple of attacks against it, it is very much worse for wear. It currently just stays in place. I will say, on the other side of the map, not that anyone would be able to see it just yet, say for Bjorn from a large distance away, this one is starting to break away. It's starting to flee the situation.
This one up here?
Yeah.
Coward.
Whore. Shut it down. Whore.
Shut it down.
Part of me wants to take off after his ass, but I know that's a trap.
All right. Well, you debate that. Oh, actually, no, and there's no time for debate. It is your turn.
My turn? All
Yep.
right. I take off straight ahead, downward, straight ahead. At this berserker, I'm assuming.
The purple jerk.
And
Purple
I'm
jerk,
going to
yeah.
be coming in at like at an angle here, coming in over her shoulder, and I'm just two claws straight to the face.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me up some damage. Or, well,
Question
attack,
before I proceed.
Yes.
Question of attack order options possibility. Is
Yeah.
it feasible, since my hand attack is a bonus action, can I shoot first, run up, and then smack in the face?
Your crossbow is it's a light crossbow, so it's a two-handed weapon. So
It is a two-handed weapon,
It
so
is a
I would
two-handed
have
weapon.
to. I get it. Yep,
yeah, you'd have to.
You would need a hand crossbow. That's a separate
Right.
weapon.
Right.
Exactly. Yep. Nope. Cool. So yeah, proceed with my original.
Okay.
2 to the face. Pop, pop. Where am I at here? First one is 11.
Okay.
Second one is not. It's 10.
10. Okay. Your flurry around Muriel gives him just enough time to kind of brace himself for your attack, and he throws, kind of gripping it as you would a bow staff, kind of slides his hand up toward the head of the axe, so he can kind of throw his hand out there, throw the handle of it out there to kind of deflect both of your blows. It's close. Like, he probably feels that passing a gust of kind of like action going by his face, but he does not catch either one of those.
Okay, that's stupid for me on my part. But like, how much do I have? Much more movement to finish out that I can keep on going by? Perhaps I didn't damage him, but maybe I startled him enough in my passing.
I'd say you should have another. Let's see, do my math here, right? 10 feet, 10.
So it's about right there.
Yeah.
All right. So is it feasible that I can kind of keep going by? I was just like whop whop, but I'm still trying to get to where they are. Over
Right.
here.
Very much so, because that attack of opportunity does not hit.
You
No,
gonna
okay.
let that poor girl die up there?
I don't give a shit. I'm trying to help y'all.
Bjorn said zero fucks
I've been
given.
running for days.
Hey, Sophie don't know none of y'all. It's fine.
All right, Rasmus, you're up. You're surrounded by, one mirror copy left and the yellow berserker.
And just so much death.
Yes.
Like all of the death.
And
All
you're
right,
you're still covered in that arterial spray too.
Just viscera at
Yeah.
this point, I gotta imagine. This
Wait, Viscera?
Cody, correct.
Big Daddy V.
Oh, the Sagra.
Send for the man. Cody, correct me if I'm wrong. This is Erwin, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I am going to move to here so that I can cast a ranged attack without taking attacks of opportunity, because I've gotten very lucky on that a couple of times. I don't think it's going to continue.
Okay.
That, for the record, this is still my spectral weapon, right?
Yes.
That's what the dot is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Or sorry, spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon. Yeah, I knew what you meant.
I'm faithful.
They both start
all right.
with the same letter.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what it is. Old yellow there. I'm going to old yeller. I'm gonna use the spiritual weapon on him first.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. 21 total.
Yep, that'll do it.
7.
Yeah.
All right. Get real patriotic with this. That could have been better. He takes 7 damage total. 3 plus
7
4.
damage? Okay.
And then I'm also going to cast Sacred Flame on him. So
wow, okay.
he needs to make a Dex 15 save.
He does not.
All right. Well, then, he takes yet another additional. I don't like that patriotic one this time. Give me another one. Those could have been better, too. It's all right. 7 damage. So another 7.
He gets in go. Actually, I want you to paint the picture.
Oh, shit. Is this a how do you do it?
How do you do it?
All right, so for the first time in a while, Rasmus looks like he's kind of retreating from the opening of that tree. Remember, this is a guy who came up in a militaristic society. I'm going to come back to my camera. So as he squared off with basically the only enemy left in front of him at the present time, he like feints as though he is moving away from it and retreating, just making this guy look over long enough to see that spiritual mace just clobber him in the jaw. And as he turns, rather than because the flames are supposed to be like spiritual, like they come down like radiance, rather than coming down this time as Rasmus cast them, they basically appear around his head. Like it's almost like a scorch out of his hands, like you would like a burning hands type spell. And it just scorches this guy scorpion style down to the skull.
Jesus Christ.
Collapse.
Murders badass.
Look, Ilmater this morning got up and said, "Fuck it, we ball." Like that's what happened today. Because if you remember, I'm pretty sure I also killed the other 4 guys that were surrounding me. For whatever reason, I keep getting all the kill shots in this combat. I don't know why.
I killed one because the blood sprayed all over you.
That's true.
Actually,
yes.
I haven't landed a single attack on anything.
Backwards.
You're getting there.
I'm not supposed to be attacking shit.
I am an inefficient wolfman, and I'm just running around just like blowing at things.
Sorry, I gotta go change a name to inefficient wolfman.
I'm gonna have like so much repercussions from all this. I'm gonna have to like look inward and say, do I want to continue this?
Clearly, the only name that could be changed is Shannon's to be inefficient wolfman.
What was it before?
Well, because yours was the nonsensical slow Merco Juppaho.
The slow Merco Juppaho. Yeah, that's my next.
I think that was the last. I think that was the last thing you ever said while drinking, if I remember correctly. The last time you had a drink, you said that, you passed out, and we immortalized it.
I didn't pass out. In those words.
He had approximately 7% of his faculties remaining.
I am absolutely less slurry.
Also, Cody, since he's dead and I got movement remaining, I'm going to move right back where I was.
Okay.
And then I'm done.
Okay. That you can do. So, Sophie, again, another body drops. This time, again, you and the mirror image see a skull exposed before a body hits the ground. So,
me and the mirror image are going to look around at all the blood everywhere and just kind of, you see a little bit of saliva start to drip a little bit. And then we both shake our heads at the same time, look at the pink guy to our right, nod at each other, and then I'm going to cast the Firebolt cantrip.
See, you do all that, and that's cool. I thought you were going to hit us with a Sixth Day Arnold Schwarzenegger, where you're both sitting by each other at the bar. Cool.
Oh, that's probably my least favorite Schwarzenegger. Yeah, that's not. It's not important. It's not good. It's
Really?
fine.
No, it's not good. You're right.
It used to be End of Days.
You're right.
I appreciate that movie a little bit more now.
Okay, that's the other one I was going to go with. Is either Eraser, End of Days, or Sixth Day.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head right there. All 3 of them. All right, so yeah, cantrip, firebolt on him. That is gonna fuck. That's gonna fuck. That's a 1.
That is going to fuck. Unfortunately, that is
Terrible.
That's pretty
not
bad.
going to hit him.
What?
You sail it wide.
I am shocked.
And you see actually this this stone feature here, kind of in your. We'll have a little fun with it. In your temporary bloodlust, you lose a little bit of your aim, and you throw out that firebolt cantrip, and it's going to just smash into that stone and just scorch the entire face of it.
Is that some type of grass or something under it?
Yeah, essentially, it's all just kind of brush and all that jazz.
I like to think that some of the flames catch it on fire just a little bit, and
It's magical fire. It's not how it works. I'm sorry.
I don't fucking know. I am not a nerd.
That's just why I'm telling you. That's why my shit doesn't work that way either.
Oh, all right.
I'm not.
I accept
spell,
that. I accept
If it's a
that.
fire spell, unless it specifically says it can catch shit on fire,
Oh, it
you
does.
can't do it.
No, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, this is how the building burned down in Vallaki.
Oh, well, shit, then you're good.
Yeah, a football object hit by this spell ignites if it isn't being worn or carried.
Yeah. So in that case,
Well, in that case.
it does catch a little bit of the brush on fire. The two mirror images look at each other again, and like, did you do that?
Well, time for my handy dandy favorite tool here.
I really want to keep the mirror image forever because I'm having too much fun talking to myself.
Well, if it helps, it's a second level spell slot. You have 3 of them, and you can cast it. No, you can't cast it up. You always have 3 times per long rest to just have fun with mirror images.
Yeah, I need to ask you more about how spells work here when this is all over because I'm not entirely bright on it. But you know,
As an only one-time bard, I'm probably your least viable candidate here. But yes,
I got you.
I can certainly try. All right, Erwin's going to try to put this guy.
I got you.
Erwin's going to try to put this guy down. That's going to hit. Erwin's getting close to putting that guy down. He is quite bloodied now. Adrian is going to swing at one of these. That's going to do that. That's going to do that. You see Orange drop to the ground. Adrian just runs a short sword right through him in the chest, pulls it out, and it crumples.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Which means we just have a few of these left. Pink, red, well, I say few. Pink, red, green, and purple. Still more than I thought. Alright, speed run. Roll these 3s. This is why you have a lot of D20s, kids, so you roll a bunch of shit simultaneously, especially when none of them work.
Yeah.
Not a single one of them works. All of these berserkers are fucking like hamstrung right now.
Well, they're demoralized. I mean, they're watching other people drop
I
like...
forget what the word was, but that's exactly what I'd say.
they're watching
So
other
much
people
so.
drop like flies.
Yeah. And also the whole thing they were going berserker over not happening.
Berserker.
There it is. There it is. There
I'm
it is.
sorry.
Lindsay, that one would have come up to you, by the way, and it's not even close. At this point, it almost seems like he's trying to sharpen his blade against the Shield of Faith more than he is actually hitting you. Because that's about as effective as he's fucking being in the moment. Muriel is going to barely do something here. So Muriel will give her a thematic moment. You know, she's kind of been close to the ground since dropping Claw to you and has basically been trying to work up being prone or not. She, as Purple was able to try that attack last time, she takes the short sword out and kind of just slashes across his gut, and he goes down.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, it was trying to kill her.
We are a violent people.
Zephyra, you're up.
I am going to cast Ray of Frost on the pink druid.
Rare, okay.
Since it's still being incapacitated, but the berserker's not doing anything against me really, so
While she's casting that, I want to ask.
maybe 15.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm on Hero Forge, and why didn't anyone ever tell me? Because I'm trying to make a character for my character instead of using the stock image. Why didn't everyone tell me there was an option to play something called a Doom Duck, which is a duck with a wizard's hat?
Nope, that's not how that works.
I was gonna say, Cody, you want to tell him?
No, by all means, you go for that, friendo.
Yeah, please do.
Because this is not a D&D character.
10 damage.
Aw. Oh,
Yeah. I don't know
That
what
would
it's
be
from, but that's not a D&D
glorious.
class.
it's
We
glorious
can
though.
homebrew that duck.
It's a doom duck.
I'm looking now because I'm curious.
Yeah, Duck of Doom is a Munchkin, if I remember right. Because I know there's a Munchkin card that's Duck of Doom.
Maybe.
It's pretty sweet, that's for sure.
Lindsay, so your Ray of Frost, how do you do it?
Let's see. I'm just kind of getting fed up with this whole thing and I'm ready for it to be done. So I just sort of focus really hard and just completely freeze the thing.
Oh, Mortal Kombat's a 1 Sub-Zero fatality.
Sub-Zero.
The Super Nintendo fatality because you
Yeah.
couldn't rip out a spine, but you can shatter a motherfucker.
And honestly, I know this isn't the subject, but I honestly thought that was a cooler fatality.
As a kid who played only the Super Nintendo version
Same.
as a kid, that is the better fatality.
Yup.
All right, so pink is a frozen visage, at which point someone could come probably just tip it over and ruin its existence.
And I'm just gonna turn to face the berserker and just stare him down.
Okay.
And leave it there.
Red, by the way, continues to dash, and it's at this point he actually reaches like toward the edge of the battlefield.
I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Bjorn.
I'm heading on in.
Okay.
How far can I get, Math?
10, 20, yeah, approximately actually where you drop down. That's about it.
Whoa, there, best. I get to that point, and I notch one off at him. I let one fly. This
All right.
fella right here.
That,
Is that a bad guy?
Well, that guy's
that's
on our side.
Adrian.
Oh, I don't recognize him. I'm in a
You,
blood.
you certainly can.
I don't want to do that. I want to hit this fella. Berserker.
Yeah, said it's time to flip the script, turn into the bad guy.
Well, actually,
Join
before I
an
do
enemy
that,
team.
I have okay, let me see. If my crossbow is a two-handed crossbow, does that negate me from being able to conduct my what's it called? Blood maledict?
I'm looking at your features to see what the blood maledict is.
So I can invoke a blood curse by inflicting damage on myself, and that curse is of the fallen puppet, which means a creature you can see within 30 feet drops. When a creature you see from 30 feet out drops to 0 HP, you can use your reaction to have the creature make one weapon attack against a target of your choice.
Theoretically, yes, you would be able to do it. The only thing I'll caution outside of game is that there's not really anything there for it to attack.
Oh, is that? Oh,
That's Sophie. That's Shannon.
If they got dots, they're enemies.
Yeah.
got it. Okay. I got. Oh, these things are all dead. I just got here, folks. I've been running. It's been a bit. All
You're
right.
only hauling ass.
I've been running my paws off, so I'm shooting at this one.
All right.
Here it comes, coming at you right now. 13.
Give me that damage.
Booyah. Gosh damn it. 5.
Okay.
Piercing damage, if that matters.
All
I'm
right.
rolling like shit.
Anything else you got?
Nope.
Okay.
Wait, do I have a bonus action still left?
I mean, you always have a bonus action because you would just use your movement and then your action.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so with that, I am going.
Oh, you have
to,
2 attacks. Why aren't you doing a second light crossbow attack?
I can do that.
Your sheet really says attack per actions 2, or attacks per action 2. So yes.
You didn't
22.
Even know. You didn't even know.
Yeah, that'll do it.
doesn't even
That's more damage. So
8.
okay.
And then, oh my god, I didn't even know all this was possible. Damn, I've been playing this whole game and I've been missing out on a move.
You probably only got that second move recently,
Fair point.
for what
fair
it's
point.
worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, I am going to leave it there.
Okay. And so you shall, Mr. Thomason.
All right. So if they're both still alive, then it's time to split the difference. I'm going to move my. Well, you'll have to move it for you. If you'll move my spectral weapon to Bjorn, how far can you get around? 1, 2, 3, 4. Move my spectral weapon to there, if you would, please, Cody.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll make that attack. Why am I stupid? There we go. Couldn't figure out how to get the hell back to my camera. And assuming it works, there it goes. It's taking a long time lately. All right, so the special weapon attack on that guy will be gross. A 1, so it doesn't matter. It's gonna miss.
Yep.
Never mind. I'm going the other direction though. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can only do 4, but that's a good 4 because that means we're flanking.
Mm-hmm.
Erwin could probably use some help with this guy, and I've still got my mace out, so I'll just I'm gonna bash him real good.
All right. Since you're flanking, I think we determined advantage is how we run that in this.
Advantage, right? That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Make sure I don't grab that same die again because that thing's not doing me any favors tonight. That's a little one. That's fine. We'll use a little one too. All right. Well, the little one sucks because that's a 5. But that one's an 11, plus 3 is a 14.
That'll hit.
Cool. It ain't much, but it's honest work.
You took the phrase right out of there.
For 4 damage.
Okay.
And then, how far did my spectral weapon move? It can move 20, and I can
20
move
feet.
20. I moved 20. Let's... Now I'll keep it where it is, because Bjorn could come in here, Sophie could go in there, this guy's here. They can just gang up on him. Actually, we got that guy back in the back there, too. Zephyr, you need some help with that guy, or no?
No, I'm okay.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm good. I'll stay there.
Cool. All right, Sophie. Actually, Shannon, I'm going to go out of character a moment to tell you. You have Bjorn coming from the west. You have Adrian that can come from the south, a spiritual weapon north of him. Just come in from the east and do that shell bash that was done to that guy at the end of Turtles 2. Just all you turn and hit him with a shell.
Only if anybody wants to play Buck.
I feel bad calling that guy just his names. It's fucking... Oh, Tatsu. No?
Tatsu. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's Tatsu.
That's
Okay.
Tatsu.
Yeah, Yoshitatsu. Yeah.
Cody, can you tell me the only video game Tatsu ever appeared in?
Hyperstone Heist, right?
Hyperstone Heist. You got it. That's why you're the DM. Good man. I'm gonna try this.
Yes, because...
I'm gonna try this Flame Strike one more time on Red there in front of me. If I remember correctly, Red is the one I tried to charm and failed.
Yes.
So I'm already mad at him because he killed 2 of my best friends, myself. So I'm gonna look at myself and say, "Don't miss this time." And then I'm gonna look back. And then I do that thing where I look back and go, "I didn't miss, you missed." And it's this whole thing. It's like a comedy routine. All right.
It's all who's on first.
That's a 19 this time.
19 will hit.
And that is going to be... Oh, 2 nats. That's 20.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
So how do you do it?
So I see Red is going after... What is that guy's name again? I forget. That's not Erwin. Adrian. So I feel like he's going after Adrian. I look at myself. I say, "Don't miss this time." We nod at each other. And then just... Boom, snap the fingers or however it is, and you just see him just go up in flames. Very similar to what old Bjorn, Rasmus did. And instead of you see the melting off, he's just on fire constantly as he falls down to the ground and stays there burning. And then I am going to yell over at Rasmus, and we're both going to yell, "We didn't miss!"
Rasmus is busy like hitting this guy, and then like it's this is where the guy is at this point. It's almost split personality. He's busy like squaring off with this guy with Erwin. He bashes him. He hears that, looks over like yeah, thumbs up, Vault Boy, and then it's just right back into fighting. By the way, Firebolt's official description says that you hurl a mote of fire at the creature. So basically, you threw like a little fireball.
I threw a
That's the way you
grenade,
do it.
a fire.
Yeah, like a
grenade,
little ball of fire,
Mhm.
like a fastball.
I like that.
Ball, because that consumes a large space and is very problematic for everybody involved.
Cody, I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast fireball.
Oh, that's right.
and that's what we did.
Exists. The distance is irrelevant.
We threw it overhand style. Actually, no. You know what? She's a sidearm pitcher, So she grabs
There you
it
go.
and she
All right.
chucks it sidearm and just burns him up.
Okay. And he just crumples to the ground, all charred and singed, and yeah. Adrian's eyebrows are a little worse for wear, but he'll be okay.
And
All right.
that's it for us.
Okay. I love that you continue referring to multiple of you. That's great. I love that.
She's if you knew about her, and you will at some point, she's got some issues.
She
Yes,
is weird.
several. That's right. Let's see here. Yep, green. That's going to be that. Thanks to your help, Rasmus, Erwin's going to have that advantage attack. He is going to have that short sword. And again, as you kind of bash him with the shield or with the mace to push him forward, Erwin almost just like catches him right in the ribs in one fluid motion. He's coming toward him, just jams it in, draws it out. Expiration.
Hell yeah.
You should be shot.
Dropping bodies, son. Well, I offered you $20, Shannon. I don't care if it was worth $350. You should be shot.
And all of this happening in such quick fashion, especially, Red being burned up by a mote of flames and, Yellow's face being burned off. Adrian's a little flustered in this moment of combat. You start to see as things wind down, he's starting to worry about everything that's happened before this. Adrian tries to shoot at the pink berserker and actually ricochets off of your shield of faith, Zephyra. Like, it was a 1.
Luckily it's there.
Yep, it was a 1, and yep, that's how it goes.
I've never cast a more useful fucking spell. Like
Oh my God.
in any D&D era I've ever played, I've never cast a more useful spell. That Shield of Faith has been active this entire thing, and I think it has protected you from all but
Multiple
one hit,
times.
maybe?
Yeah.
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 God. Wild.
And we'll see if it maintains that way. It will not this time, so you're going to
I
take your
should have
second
shut
hit.
the fuck up. That's what I should have done. I should
Always. Oh.
I didn't know he had another one. I didn't know he had another one. I need the multiple mics so I can do the shut the fuck up. Shut up.
You're out of your Q zone.
Lindsay, you will take 6 damage off of this one.
Okay.
So one try out of 100. It seems like this berserker is almost blinking in Robin Hood Men in Tights. He just keeps swinging at that tree.
Did you just say Abe Lincoln?
No, I said, hey, blinking. All right, so this berserker, for the first time, basically this entire encounter, is feeling pretty good about himself. He was able to levy damage against you. How do you respond?
I'm gonna reach out and grab the wrist that is dominant on his swinging arm, and I'm gonna cast a shocking grasp on him.
Okay, so that's a dex save.
No.
Okay.
It's me rolling and failing horribly. I got a 5, but it's also a 1. So.
That's
Yeah,
not
so-
what you want to hear.
So between the Shield of Faith, like, faltering at least enough for you to take damage and you trying to reach through it and grab his wrist, nothing happens. Like, it's almost like you didn't wind up the joy buzzer in your hand. You reach out, you grab that wrist, and you don't feel anything
I'm out of juice.
happen. So you let go, and he kind of chuckles at that. Again, kind of feeling his oats for the first time this whole time. The one druid that remains is off. He is off screen. We shall delete him. And that will bring up Bjorn.
So I'm coming in with a fury, roaring with wolfen, I don't know, anger.
Okay.
And I get about right here, and I let 2 of them off. I think there's only 1 left. Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
pink.
I let 2 of them off at this one. And here they come. First one. 24.
That definitely hits.
Second one. 20.
Also definitely hits.
Nice.
God.
And here comes the drop. 8
Okay.
and 6.
How do you do it?
As I said, I'm running in just roaring, angry because I haven't been a part of any of these battles. And finally, I get the chance to land a killing blow on the last one that exists here. And so as soon as I put it in both the eyes, like, is this thing, it turned to me. I'm assuming it turned to me as I'm roaring in to get its attention. It was also grinning too. I remember seeing that. Now it made me much more satisfied because, the shield dropped, and the grasp missed. So he thought he had like a perfect opportunity, but heard me roaring and turned around, and two of them right in the eyes. And I just kind of and I'm in the air jumping, doing this. And I just kind of land in the middle of the group and standing all over these dead bodies. And I just kind of take a look at the ground, all these bodies, and pick one up and just take a quick bite because I couldn't help myself.
I'm sure that will not invite any questions at all. So, on that note, Bjorn picks up a corpse, takes a bite out of it as another one falls to the ground, and thus ends the combats.
Boy, been listening to McGruff the crime dog too closely. You don't got to take a bite out of him, man. It's okay.
It's not a literal crime. It's metaphorical, man. Okay.
Just a little nibble. Just a nibble.
They're a little goosed up.
They're a little goosed up. It'll be all right.
Okay. We'll goose them up a little bit.
So.
It's an old circus term, Cody.
Yeah, it sure is. So all of these bodies have fallen. The tree has not made any utterances since that last long rumble. In the words of James West's compatriot, you shoot now, shoot later, and ask questions when everyone's dead, because everyone's dead. So, how do you handle that?
Well, how much time do I have left on my mirror image?
Let me take a look at your mirror image. Duration is 1 minute, and you would have cast it a couple rounds in, so you probably still have 30 seconds or so left.
So I could do a free action at this point, right?
Yeah, there's no combat order, there's no initiative order, you're good.
All right, then me and my mirror image, we're gonna wave at each other, and then I'm gonna dispel her with an action, basically, and then look around at all the dead bodies and turn to everybody else and say, "Ah, well, that was fun." And then I await you.
I imagine Rasmus is just heaving, just out of breath.
He's coming down.
Carrying around heavy ass chainmail. I'm covered in gore at this point. And again, in this just sort of just brokenness to some degree of finally accepting, we're here, we're in this is what we're doing. There's still this little bit of the old him that comes through, and so he just goes, "Okay, who's hurt?"
I'm gonna kind of regroup with them and be like, I can manage, and I'm gonna tell Adrian you should go help with your son.
Yeah, you don't have to tell him at that point. He's already as soon as the last combatant is felled, he's sprinting.
I'm not worried for what it's worth about who can who needs it most. As long as no more than 6 people need healing, we're in good shape. So give me 6. One of them is me.
Yes.
Sophie just looks over herself, just kind of checks everything, checks her pulse, realizes there's nothing there, and is like, "Yeah. Otherwise, I'm good."
Erwin
I'm
could
licking
use
my
some.
paw and whimpering a little bit,
Erwin, Bjorn, Zephyr, are you injured? You're injured.
Yeah, but if there's someone that needs it more, I can wait.
I doubt it. That's 3 of you plus me is 4. Is anybody else hurt, Cody? From the
I mean, the far-flung distance Muriel is bloodied, but she's probably out of range for that, and it's probably.
If I could call her over, I mean, what I plan on doing is casting Prayer of Healing, which takes 10 minutes. It's more of a ritual than a spell.
Right.
Yeah.
Or we could go to her.
Yeah, either way, whatever works. I didn't know if we wanted to do something here, considering we need to get into what's going on with that tree.
Yeah, you can if you kind of call out, Adrian will guide Muriel, and mechanically, we don't really need it for Claw. You we'll kind of neglect that for the time being.
Okay. Oh shit. Sorry. Camera. Anybody who's so that should be a total of 6 of us, myself included, gets that's a 5 and a 6 plus where is it? Plus 8, so 11, 19, not up to 19 hit points back.
Okay.
Which puts me back at full.
Same.
So hopefully that fills most of you back up as well.
Yep.
Exactly.
Cool. And I'll burn that slot.
Yeah.
And that takes 10 minutes, so that takes me out of the conversation for a little while.
Right. I assume your spiritual weapon will also be kind of
Dispelled. Yeah.
dispelled. Yeah. Okay. So we will.
So
Again,
so
we're
I
out of
ki-
combat, so.
So I kind of look around and I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on down here? And I look over to the left and I'm like, and who are you? And I point over at Sophia.
So
Sonia!
Close enough.
I heard an S in the gray mist as I was coming in.
And
the what mist? Dark gray mist. And Hunter just don't know if it was intentional that he left right before we hit the soundbite.
The question, did I want to be here for it, or was I actually just trying to get to the soundboard so I could go?
Gray mist. There it is. There it is.
That's what
Okay,
it was.
so those buttons are too close together. I don't like it.
That's true.
Well, Cody, that's because it's a dark gray mist.
Damn it. All right, so Bjorn and Sophie, I'll let y'all carry a conversation if you so wish. I mean, you have been summoned or asked, or well, Bjorn speaking into the ether.
She's very matter of factly. She's not super mysterious. Like you would look at her and think she's incredibly mysterious because she looks mysterious. She has like what looks like blondish hair, but it's almost like a dull white, almost like a gray at this point for reasons unknown. She's got like the gothic look, and of course she has as she smiles at everybody, because she's always smiling, she has the 2 fangs showing, and she's when he says who are you, she's just gonna look at everybody staring at her, and she's gonna just say out loud, oh, I'm Sophie Valmont.
Good enough for me.
I suspect that, again, I'm not able to interrupt this prayer as that's going on, but that's at least going to draw an arched eyebrow. That last name obviously catches my attention.
Also, like when I look at her, I just kind of like flick at one of my own teeth, just like in agreement, like just as a good teeth.
She gives him the finger gun and goes,
Good teeth.
Hey, this is actually a
So
poignant thing to
I
ask.
am
Bjorn, are you?
assuming that you're related to our compatriot that ran off.
hold on, I'll let Cody finish his thing.
Yeah, just sorry, Bjorn. Are you still in your hybrid form? Or
Yes,
are you,
very much
okay,
so. I just
cool.
ate
All right.
like the shoulder
making
blade.
sure. Yeah. All right. So, Lindsay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm assuming that means you were related to our compatriot that left us before all of this.
You mean my brother? Yeah, you could say we're related. It's actually why I'm here. He's in a spot of trouble. I didn't think you guys would be this busy, though. But now that you're not busy, maybe you could help?
Well, I don't know that we're fully done with this mission yet. We've got some people to get back to their home. And, Erwin, is there anything else we need to complete while we're here?
She actually, I want to turn to Erwin and ask if he knows exactly what's going on, or if he needs, if he needs help. I've got a solution for that. And okay, this is the part where I was going to say, Cody, I need to talk to you about spells again, because again, you have 3 spell slots, right?
Correct, or at least I believe you do in each level.
So does the
Yes.
level determine how many slots it uses? So if I use a 3rd level spell, does that take all 3 slots, or is it still just 1 slot?
No, it's just 1 slot at that level. So that's why at the end of each row, like 2nd level, 3rd level, you have those tick boxes. Just using a spell at that level consumes one of those boxes.
Okay, so
Or can't you also do 3 of one or something too?
Yeah,
No,
you
no.
could do any permutation. You could cast one spell 3 times, or each different spell with the slot. Yeah.
So I could cast a level 3 spell and then cast a different level 3 spell after it if I wanted to.
Yes, but then you would have exhausted your 2 level 3 spell slots and would not get them back until a long rest.
Okay. Now explain one more thing to me. If I
Okay.
use animate dead, does the creature have any intelligence, or is it just like a shambling zombie that can't speak or anything like that?
I mean, a zombie generally doesn't speak common. I mean, we can flavor this as we go. That's what I'm trying to think. 'Cause I know the last zombie you encountered in this game had, like, well, it was chained to a post and it had a couple of words. I don't think it talked very much.
Maybe you can ask it 5 questions.
Yeah,
No,
that's right.
That's a different spell.
Oh,
There's an actual thing for that.
Yeah.
It's called Speak with Dead.
Speak Dead,
and that's
yeah.
what they call it in the movie.
Ah, damn it. That's the one I want. Well, never mind
Okay.
then.
Yeah, zombie, by its nature, I'm looking it up now, it can understand all languages it spoke in life, but cannot speak.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Animate Dead lets you make it do stuff. Speak
Yeah.
with Dead lets you talk to it.
There you go. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, in that
Because
case,
Animate Dead lets you issue commands.
I'm not going to animate any dead things. I would be using them. I don't need anything for combat, so I'll let Lindsay's question stand, and they can answer it. I'll back.
I kind of lean in, and I'm just like, just heads up. There's some shit with this magician dude up on the top of the hill here, making thorns and missing an Achilles.
So we need to go back up the hill.
Either back up the hill or just be aware he might be coming down the hill. I've been running for a couple of days. He seemed to fly, so he might be a little quicker.
I love days, plural. All
This is a
right.
big hill.
All right.
This is a massive hill. This is one thing.
I didn't
even
realize
out
that.
Of,
Yeah, I
out
thought I
of
was
character,
running.
this is an obnoxious hill. Very much
It was
so.
surprising. I immediately regretted it once I took off.
Or let the party run off without you. Both regrets.
Well, we survived. I did my duty. But there is also
You're not here
another
at the
person up
end.
there, perhaps. They might also be dead, too.
perchance.
I'm not sure.
Perchance. Okay. Erwin is going to look at you all and, like, wordlessly walk up to the tree and just, like, start trying to stab it with his short sword.
Oh, boy. It's irrationally angry.
Do we need to attack the tree, or
Is he okay?
have we snapped?
What's wrong with that one?
Oh God, I gotta stop praying soon.
So Adrian and Muriel kind of look like they're taken aback as a second, because Adrian's just like, you hear him, a fun wrestling term for those of us who are fans, chuttering. There's chuttering under his breath, like, you motherfucking son of a bitch, God, here, fucking tree! And that's just, you see him like hacking and slashing at it.
He's hacking and slashing. Sorry.
There you
Super
go.
angry at a
Butch
tree.
Pete.
It's
Not to
not like nature.
not to break the the moment of that, but Sophia's just gonna chirp up one last time. Also, I'm a vampire.
All right.
And just lets that ride.
And since we've all seen this a few times, we all just kind of look at her and just be like,
And
I point at myself, Bjorn does, and
Oh,
It's that bit. It's the bit from fucking The Good Place. Yeah, the time knife. We've all seen it. Like,
Also,
Cool.
I'm Strahd's bride.
just
but-
dropping hammers here.
But anyway, what's up with the guy in the tree?
I'd like to say at this point, surely to God, I finished this fucking prayer.
Yeah, I can say.
Because
You,
at
you
least
come up from your ceremony, there's a man
Maybe
stabbing a
set the
tree,
tree
a
on
woman
fire.
talking all kind of crazy
you,
mess.
you hear Rasmus like literally speed it up, like and to the end of the amen. All right, now. Because the whole time it's just been like question after question after question. Okay, so the last part, at least if she says that the moment he finishes it, he just looks at his effort and goes, well, you don't hear that every day. He stalks up to Sophie and goes, all right, explain everything. We got to deal with that. Do it in a minute. I'll be back. I'm gonna go check on Erwin, who is just wailing away on that tree, and just like, oh, I know this is dangerous, but I'm just gonna like deep breath, calmly put my hand on his shoulder slowly and go, "It's over. You can stop now."
Give me a perception check,
Okay.
if you would, Rasmus.
Yeah, I can do that. I got a pretty good perception.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
It's a +7. It's not bad. But when you roll a 4, that's only an 11. So
You sense there is still drive within him. Like, your soothing word does not stop the stabbing. And also,
Sure.
as you look over at the tree, you still see that black sap, blood, kind of the stuff you saw from the tree previously still coming out as he stabs it.
okay. I'm losing track of names. This guy, help me
Adrian.
out. Adrian, and then that is
Muriel.
Muriel.
That's Muriel. That's not the
Yeah.
wife, right?
Right, yeah,
Okay.
Danica's back at the compound.
Danica's elsewhere. Okay, so I'm gonna then turn back to them, and because I can't resist, I'm gonna go. Okay, Erwin's gone bye. What do you two got?
Adrian looks like, and mind you, Claudiu is nearby. Like, Claudiu, a little worse for wear, probably caught a second-hand healing potion or something. He's roughed up, but he's alive. Adrian just kind of looks at you, and after kind of tending to Claudiu still on the ground, he looks and says, "The boy says the tree's alive. I wonder if Erwin, my brother, seeks to extinguish that life."
Well, we got
He kinda-
someone that can throw fireballs. She could just set the tree on fire.
He looks at kind of, you see him kind of look through you, Rasmus, kind of looking at Erwin,
Yeah.
kind of fixated on him for a second, and says, "I've been in this land all my life. We've heard of this Gulthius tree. We've heard of what it can be, but many things I've seen in this land, a guttural, a tree emitting guttural noises is a bit out of turn even for normal."
Okay, to them, I want to impress upon. We came here for one of the gems that was stolen from them, right?
Correct.
Is there a possibility that it's in that thing? Is that maybe his thought process?
Adrian looks at you and says, "I'm unsure, but I'm willing to find out, if only to eliminate this scourge that tried to consume my son."
All right, then without a second thought, Rasmus looks at Sophie, even with all the introductory stuff going on, and goes, "There will be time for that later." With his free hand, because he's put his mace away at this point, he points to the tree and goes, "Torch it."
She's gonna create that little flame in her hand and smile once again, showing off that fang, which is stained with blood. From, you remember the part where she ripped that throat out and you got blood sprayed all over you. And
I do, yeah.
Painfully
I recall.
And she just nods and says,
Alright.
"Gladly,"
Go ahead.
and just tosses that fireball.
I imagine every once in a while, as Graz was having these conversations, he just has to do like one of these, like just can't help. Yeah, Sacred Flame is also a cantrip for me, so I'd like to do the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a
I
fire
have no
spell,
fire,
but
I
it is a
can't
fire
help.
spell.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Zephyra, you do have, don't you have a thunderclap? I guess that's more of a
Yeah.
force damage, or thunder
Everything's
and lightning.
noise.
you're on fire extinguisher duty in case this
I
thing
don't
gets
have
out of
any
hand.
water attacks.
But you have an ice spell.
And you have Gust. Gust could certainly
I
help
have
put out fire.
gust. Yeah.
You're on fire extinguisher duty.
I'm a Pidgey.
She has
Fire
no
brigade.
fire, and she must scream.
No, you are definitely a Pidgeotto. It's fine. Well, nice reference there. I appreciate that, Shannon.
Thank you.
So we kind of zoom out and we see Erwin. He moves like knowing that there's flame coming. He still just kind of scoots out of the way. In fact, kind of just stepping on that blue druid corpse as he goes to the side and just keeps slashing and smashing at this tree. Like he doesn't give a shit.
Smashing.
He doesn't give a shit if this tree is on fire until it is in ashes on the ground. He does not care. So Sophie and Rasmus, you both step back between Sacred Flame and your fire bolts. This tree just goes up in flames, and one final time, the entire arena, this whole area just quakes. The heaviest it has so far. There is no sound emitted from the tree, but as the flames lick at the base, and especially you, the maw kind of looks like a jack-o'-lantern now, where you have specifically like flames are embedded in its mouth, and you just see those little flames licking at the teeth that are still there. It gets mingled with that black blood that's inside of the tree's mouth, and you just see this thing start to wither and collapse from the inside.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Erwin,
I don't say that. I say that. He doesn't
right?
say that.
Yeah, Erwin specifically, like Adrian and Muriel are over by him now, and as the tree withers up, it stops emitting that black sap, that black blood, and only then is he seemingly satisfied. And if you were to look over, you'd see him just like, yeah, you said it best. He had gone bye-bye. He had blacked out. It was simply just, this thing must go. And you kind of just see him in that moment where his shoulders kind of slump. He's just...
It's simply too good.
So I will kind of remove that image, as it were. This tree has been withered and shriveled up. The shaking as it does so. Like, it's still there, and you still kind of see the flames licking at it from inside the maw. But based upon all context clues, you sense that the Gulthius tree, God, I can't even say it. The Gulthius tree is no longer a concern.
Okay.
All right. So, okay, it's not actively on fire anymore, right? Like, it's down to ashes?
Yeah, generally it's smoldering, it's withered, it's going to do its thing, but you're not at risk of, burning down the hill.
All right, then, I want to use my mace and just start sifting through the ashes. Just walking through it, kicking. I mean, I got, chainmail, or not chainmail boots, but armored boots.
Right. Yeah.
Kick through it, and
Adrian does the same. Like the three were-ravens do the same. They start kind of scraping through it with the short swords they have on hand. And I will do... Actually, Rasmus, you are the one. That as you kind of sift through with that mace, kind of moving your way through as things continue to decay, you see a reddish-hewn gem. Kind of a rough-cut-looking thing in the ashes.
I'm not going to pick it up. I'm actually going to call to Erwin and tell him where it is, and then just gesture to it and go, I believe this belongs to you.
For the first, again, kind of, he's been coming down off of that blinding rage as he's been doing all of this, and you kind of see that sigh of relief, and he starts to slightly relax, the muscles relax a little bit. He says, it belongs to the land, but it belongs anywhere but here. And he does collect it, and he kind of looks at Muriel and Adrian. Adrian kind of, because none of them brought a satchel to do this with, Adrian kind of takes off that cloak you see in his image, and they kind of wrap it up in it for now. Like just something to keep it secure and safe. Obviously, it's probably still a little hot to the touch. It was inside of a burning tree at some point.
Right.
Yeah. So, for the first time in a long time, you see a little bit of peace come across Erwin's face. But then almost as quickly, Adrian says, okay, Stefania, we must go.
Yes, back up the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Together.
Bjorn
Yes.
says he's walking with friends.
Bjorn would like to institute the buddy system in the party. Going right now.
Buddy!
Buddy!
Wolf and Blue One will walk together.
We should let's get Bjorn one of those little monkey backpacks so that you put it on him and you can
The leash is
keep him close.
Well, I am in like wolf form. It's like a leash or like having a lead, the ones that stretch out.
yeah.
And so as we go up here, I do lead into the group, and I'm just like, "Hey, this is a long ass fucking way. Like, pace yourself."
I can only go 20 feet per move anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I think can't.
Oh,
I,
shit.
What
I
is
can
it?
go 30 feet, so I'm gonna be like, it's like trying to follow an NPC. I'm gonna go just slightly faster or just slightly slower than
Well,
everyone here.
let's get real. You did a lot of walking today anyway. You're probably out of breath.
True.
Fucking now
Was
that
that
fantasy
20?
inhaler.
Cody, I forget. Did we say that I could turn into mist at will, or was that an ability? You offered it to me, and I was like, no, it's an ability. I'll take that. I forget.
I would have to look. I don't remember which traits you have taken at this point.
Dark gray mist.
Yep, that's exactly. God damn it.
Mist is usually that's a spell, isn't it?
Spell,
Mist
yeah.
form?
I think it's a spell. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Is it
we
on
just-
your spell list?
I think.
it's not one that he has right now. At
Yeah,
least.
it's not one I have equipped, but I think
Yeah.
we just kind of flavored it as a one-time thing that Misty Step.
yes,
For the,
yeah,
for the intro. For the
For the
aesthetic.
intro.
yeah.
But if we take a long rest, he could switch out cantrips, right?
Oh, it's not a
Yeah,
cantrip.
not
It's a
cantrip,
spell.
but,
Yeah, it was an actual spell.
Not cantrips. I was going to say spells.
Yeah.
Your cantrips are usually pretty set.
Yeah,
Right. But spells, he could sweat something out like the level 3 for a mist.
yeah. Kind of as we go along, you'll have some. And plus, we haven't mechanically, Shannon. We haven't really reviewed your character since we threw it together that first night. So there's probably some things we can refine if we
Oh,
need to.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, it takes a little bit of time, but you all are hiking your way back from the Golthius tree location up to where that effigy of Strahd was and where Stefania was, where all this kicked off. It's mechanically, we're going to say like 10, 20 minutes, something like that. While you're making that trek up there, is there any conversation happening amongst you as this navigation happens?
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You got shit to say.
Yes. There definitely is.
Questions?
Yeah, okay.
I have several.
Yeah, first of all, how dare you? I feel like this is probably when Rasmus, now having come down a little bit from the, go big mode situation.
Big mode.
Would at least finally go to Sophie and go, okay, now is the appropriate time. Explain all of that.
All of this.
Oh, it's kind of a long story. How much time do we have?
I hit you with a tombstone. Suppose you tell it.
Well, one way or another, I kind of ended up here and became enthralled by Strahd, became his bride, and, well, you kind of know the rest, right?
Oh. No, we don't. We know none of the rest. Look, your brother was with us for a relatively extended period of time by comparison, but the bulk of us have been here for a week tops at this point. It's not been long.
I think I've been here for a couple of months or a couple of years. Honestly, it's hard to tell in Barovia.
Agreed.
The important thing is that while I was at Castle Strahd, or whatever it's called with you people, I witnessed my brother charge in like a maniac to save me, even though I didn't need saving, and he was captured. And now
That sounds on track.
I need to rescue him. And as much as I hate to say, I don't think I can do it alone. So I heard him yell something about his friends. I followed the path of destruction that you people have left all across this land, and I found you. So I guess it's really not that long of a story after all.
You didn't break that much stuff.
What about the town that's on fire?
Town?
Yeah, did you think it was just that one building? Fire spreads. And then there's the dead bodies
Just-
littered everywhere.
Just
Actually,
flying
at that
Bjorn
mo-
through this whole thing.
Actually, at that moment, I want the rest of the party to give me a perception check
Oh God!
based upon that story.
Can I do it while shaking my head and looking?
Yes,
at the
you
wall?
absolutely can.
Well, that's in the corner. 10 plus 7, 17.
I got a 12.
Okay.
Sorry, which one was it?
Perception.
Perception. Yeah.
Perception. Where the hell?
Or I guess insight would have been more accurate because it'd be true intentions. So
That's
if that
okay.
changes your modifier, no, both of you rolled 10.
My insight
No.
is also a 7. So.
Okay.
Same.
It's all wisdom. It should be the
Well,
same.
it's wisdom. Yeah.
And mine is showing an advantage, but I think that's on specific reasoning here.
If it's perception, it would be that hearing or smell. So no, this is more so. That's why I changed it to insight. It's more so just you taking at face value that story or not. Okay.
I perceive all things.
Zephyra, you're a little harder to convince, even though it does sound like a great story. Rasmus, you and Bjorn very quickly attuned to that being true. What she's saying, all of it's accurate, but more so that Vallaki is gone.
So I critically believe her.
Yes. God damn it.
That's a critical belief.
Skill checks don't result in critical rolls, but sure.
It's a critical belief.
No doubt.
All right, I'm taking notes.
Yep.
Dead air.
Nor should
Yeah,
I.
so
Nor should
we
I
supposed
be
to do
doubted.
something?
I saw it with my own eyes. As she points at her red eyes.
which I'm sure invites several more questions.
And she's gonna turn to Zephyr specifically and point at her eyes again and go, because of the vampirism.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, it's gonna be one of them vampires.
Oh, you've met others?
Yeah.
Were they as pretty as me?
Some.
And what did you do with them?
Tried to kill it.
She
Okay,
just,
so-
she just looks forward and goes, oh. And just keeps walking.
Back to the point at hand. Aiden is still at the castle, so basically the two of you just switched places.
Well, sort of. I wasn't really being held against my will, per se. He very much is, and I don't know what's happened to him other than the fact that it's probably going to be very bad. Strahd seemed to have taken somewhat of a liking to him because he kind of has that personality. It kind of runs in the family. She says as she nudges Zephyra. But
I'm gonna give her side eye.
But I still don't like his chances, so we need to, skedaddle.
So remind me again before we, skedaddle. You were there for what purpose?
That's not relevant.
All right, this is where I'm actually going to stop in place in front
Okay.
of her.
I will note for what it's worth at this point, you've probably crested the hill and you're now in the arena area where that Strahd visage is.
All right,
Wait, is
I'm
that-
actually going to...
The bloody
Go ahead.
dude's still there?
Bjorn, you see that Stefania is still laying in front of the tree, which is where Adrian, Erwin, and Muriel run toward, as well as Claudio. There is no blood druid.
While
Anyway, go ahead.
Sorry. While that's happening, as Sophie says that, this is where I'm going to step in front of her and actually turn and about face her. I'm not going to say she crashes into me, but if you like that flavor, then great. Because this is where it's going to be. All right, now it's time to get serious again. Let's get something really clear. You fought beside us, and that's great, and we appreciate that. But you also just showed up here and told us that, in effect, you are married to the person who drew us here and wants us dead, who he started counting it off on his fingers, who we've been continuously warned to stay away from by everyone else here, who your brother went to save you from and is now not returned, and now you expect us to follow you, a self-admitted creature of the night, back to his lair.
If it helps, I'm not the only bride.
Because it's like he heard that, but he's just going to keep going. Because what you're saying sounds like you're requesting assistance. What I'm hearing sounds an awful lot like a trap.
Why would I want to trap you?
The question is not why you would want to trap us. The question, and he looks over at Zephyr and Bjorn and then back to you, is why Strahd would want to trap us. And we already know the answer to that.
Strahd doesn't want to trap you. Strahd doesn't care about any of you. You are like the buzzing of flies to him. You think he can...
Strahd himself appeared to us in the woods and attacked us.
If Strahd attacked you, you would be dead. All of you would be dead if Strahd wanted it. There's a reason
And
you're
yet,
still alive.
Here we stand.
He has a sense of humor when you get to know him.
I find that hard to believe.
Nope.
Look, truth of the matter is, you want the truth. I don't remember. I don't remember how I got here. I don't know how long I've been here. I didn't even really know who I was until I saw him. And it's kind of coming back piece by piece. The only thing that I know is that he is my brother, and I want to help him. And as far as I know, you're the only ones that can help me.
Do I still critically believe this one?
Yeah. All that. Yes. Sure.
Now, of course, out of character, I didn't think of any of this. And
Now you're in Cody's seat.
I'm making it up as I go.
For what it's worth, Rasmus softens only a little bit. You probably wouldn't recognize it, not having been around him. The others might pick up on it in his voice, and just says, "What do you mean, others?"
What do I mean, others? What did I say?
You said there were other brides. Sorry.
Oh, she said that actually out loud because she's a little.
No, that's
his
what
reply.
I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
reply at the end of that,
Yeah.
like I said, you might not recognize it. Sophie, that is, might not recognize it. The others might, but his voice shifts a little bit, and just says, "What do you mean there are others?"
Strahd is a man of varied taste, and when he sees something he wants, he takes it. I've watched him take many people. Not all of them stay alive. He gets bored pretty easily. There's one he's after now. I don't remember her name, but he seems pretty intent on getting her, and I think that's how he got me. I just don't remember. Something about that castle, something about these lands mixes you up, confuses you. You could be here 10 years and it seems like it was a week. You could look at your best friend and not recognize them anymore. And being around Strahd makes it all worse.
I'm gonna step aside and confer with Bjorn for just a second on something, because I feel like at this point he's probably the most knowledgeable about this thing. This is one of those things where I want to clarify some vampire lore. Is this a situation where if the thrall die, or I'm sorry, if the head dies, the thralls also die, or the thralls return to their normal state? Is what I want to know, if I can figure that out somehow.
Bjorn would have advantage in knowing that, just based upon his history hunting. So,
Okay. So that's basically what I'm asking him, is some variation of, if we do this, and if we get him, what happens to her?
Go ahead and give me a history check, if you don't mind, Cass.
History check. History.
I would
With,
like to thank Cody, by the way, for being real lenient with me on making shit up as I go.
I mean,
That's
welcome
what
to
the DM
I'm
does,
about to-
baby.
Yeah, that's how you took it. I was like, we're all making shit up down here.
All
Okay.
words are made up.
Right.
And the points
I got
don't
a
matter.
nat. Wait, I got a nat 20. Is that right?
You got a 20. So,
Well, I am critically knowledgeable.
you are not
in history.
critically. It's a skill check. God damn it. Vampires spawn in the normal book become free-willed when the creator dies.
You also didn't roll a 20. You rolled a 16.
Yeah. It's a dirty 20.
Anyway. So you said they return to normal when that's the case.
They become free-willed, not necessarily that they lose their vampirism.
I gotcha. Okay. All right. So that was my question.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, out of character, my thought was, okay, if she knows or she has any hint that she might die and she's still asking for help, then that leads me more likely to believe her. Now, I'm leaning more toward, well, she just wants to be free.
Yeah.
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to give you just basically a TLDR from the monster manual is what I just said. Vampire spawn become free-willed when their creator dies. Vampirism is not a disease or curse. It's a form of undeath. Typically, the only way to cure a vampire would be to kill the creature and then resurrect the corpse.
So,
Possible.
it is possible, but I don't know that she knows or is even concerned about that. We don't know that yet. So with that knowledge, having conferred with Bjorn about that, I'm going to turn back to her then. And as I do, Rasmus is going to pull he doesn't use this very often, but aside from the symbol of Ilmater on his shield, he's also got an amulet that he wears that is literally just a pair of clasped hands, the chain of which is wrapped around. So it's silver, the chain is red. As I'm turning back, I'm going to pull that out and lay it over the top of my armor and go, and what's in it for you? You say your brother needs our help, and certainly we knew him. But you do realize that your condition might be treatable in that same situation. Is that what you want?
She kind of looks lost for a second, like she's, I don't know, mystified by what you're saying, because she's never actually considered it. In her head, all she wants to do is help him because of that strong familial tie. Because she does have a backstory, but she just doesn't remember it right now, Joker style. She just kind of looks forward and says, kind of solemnly, I don't think I want to be this anymore.
I'm sorry, all I can hear is Carl Havoc. You don't want to be alive. Or... Sophie's kind of a lot.
And then she looks up at you and goes, there's too much fucking shit on me!
Too much shit on me! Okay, that's a legitimately somber moment.
Yeah, we ruined it.
It's all right. Rasmus is going to, again, soften a bit, but says, is there anything you can show us, give us, again, looking back to Zephyr and Bjorn, then any kind of proof you can show us that he's there? How do we know that you're not just leading us right to where Strahd wants us?
That's a good question. Cody, help me out on that.
Well, I can help you out like this. And we'll cut it off there.
Oh, damn it!
He was going to do that.
God,
I knew it.
God,
as soon as you
damn
asked,
it!
I knew he was going to do it.
And
Well
you
played.
have homework.
Well played.
That's good. That's good. That's satisfying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Damn
Good
it.
run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to do any solid talking in a while. That was fun.
I like playing tragic characters, especially when
Cody is making. He's making so many notes.
I got
That boy's gonna break 3 pencils just figuring this out right now.
Cody wants to kill me so fucking bad right now.
God damn,
I
this
think
was
he wants to kill all of us except Lindsay. She's the good one.
Hey, you're all fine. We're doing well. We're through combat. Again, I know we've talked about it off and on the air. Running combat in an hour-ish scenario, especially with fucking
Large
15
scale.
enemies, yeah. And
That was awesome, though. That
Not
was
to-
good.
not to
I was
spoil
running
much.
for most of it, but it was awesome.
not to spoil much, those numbers drastic went down from what was supposed
they
to be
did.
out there.
Yep, they almost have to, man.
Yeah.
Running large scale combat in this format is nigh impossible the way that it can be done. Because
Yeah.
if you're in person and you've got the stuff and you have the time, I mean, you could full on Warhammer this shit. You can have an actual layout and it's
Yeah.
insane.
And honest to God, that's what it kind of turns into. This is probably the closest to what D&D was inspired by fucking battle map medieval
Miniature
war
games.
games. Yeah.
Yeah,
This as written has a chance to very much skew that way.
yeah. Absolutely. Hey, while you're writing notes, because it looks like
Yeah.
you got something to do, Shannon and I can
Next week.
run the things down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what we got this week?
Well.
Well,
Tomorrow is an all new episode of what's today?
Extras
and
Epilogues,
Epilogues.
'cause it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Now the question is, what movie are we talking about? Because we threw a lot out there recently, but we never settled on anything specifically.
It's so close to October. I almost think it's a good time to just start doing scary movies. Is it too early?
I'm down.
Okay,
I don't think it's too
there's
early.
your answer.
For what it's worth, if
Never
you
too
weren't
early for
listening,
scary movies.
we laid out our October. So we technically have 5 episodes of Extras and Epilogues in October because there are 4 Wednesdays, but we're also doing an episode at Cape Comic Con, which is on October 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So we were going to kick it off there, or at least we'd like to kick it off there. The 5 movies we talked about covering for the month of October were, in no particular order, Ghostbusters, Beetlejuice, Hocus Pocus, Scream, and The Shining.
Right. And then I wanted to throw in an extra on Extras and Epilogues,
Which was
An American Werewolf in London.
That's right.
You are getting Shelby for Beetlejuice, right?
Yes.
That is correct. We wanted you for Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
We wanted her for Beetlejuice. Cody for Ghostbusters was the plan, obviously.
Yeah, wait for
Tanner
that.
for Scream, probably.
Want
Maybe.
Tanner for Scream, and then Kaz. What do you think about The Shining? How do you feel about The Shining?
Okay.
Not your favorite? Then
Okay.
great, you'd be perfect for it because I love it, and I think that would be awesome.
Well, hold on.
if we could talk you into watching it,
As in,
again.
you don't like it, or as in you've never watched it?
I'm about as neutral as you get on it. Like,
You're ambivalent on it. Okay, all right. Well, we'll
Yeah.
talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Um,
Point is, we're going to
but
do
that-
an Extras and Epilogues tomorrow. There will be a
yes,
movie.
that leaves us with a whole different episode tomorrow. So
Yeah.
if you want to do American Werewolf in London, then didn't you say it's on something?
Probably. It's on Hulu. It used to be. I think it's on Max now. I'd have to look. I have it on Blu-ray, DVD, and 8-track if anybody needs to borrow it, because it is my favorite. Probably my favorite horror
Not
film.
Laserdisc. What a goddamn shame. What
No,
kind of collector
it's
are
I
you?
couldn't find it. I couldn't find it, honestly.
If I'm seeing it correctly, no, it's not on Prime. Not in our current location. I'll figure it out.
We'll figure a movie out
It's
tomorrow.
been years since I've seen it, but I'll figure it out.
We'll figure a movie out tomorrow. It might be an American Werewolf.
Yep.
It could be it could be Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. We don't know yet. We'll tell you tomorrow.
Ooh, yeah, I haven't seen that
if
since
you-
I saw it in theaters.
That's a good one.
if you don't want to like double up on the type of creature, then, right?
No, I don't. No, we don't mind that. What are you thinking?
Well, like it doesn't matter that it has to be like a mainstream movie, or can it be something
Nope.
more kind of obscure?
Ginger Snaps.
Whatever.
Because I would like to do one that
Bad
kind of
Moon.
pushes people toward a
Dog
movie.
Soldiers.
There it is.
There it is. I knew when he was talking werewolves, it had to be Dog Soldiers.
Neil
If I can find it
Marshall
somewhere, I'd love
Classic.
to.
I've got it. I'll lend it to you. Wait, it's
Yeah.
tomorrow.
That's gonna say between now and tomorrow.
You what?
That's one of my.
I take that
easily
challenge.
My favorite, like
I'll take that
werewolf.
challenge.
One of my favorite.
He will drive it up to you now.
No,
God.
no. I'll find a way to get it online. There's always a way. Life finds a way. So
It's
yeah,
the
fuck it.
seas, my friends.
We're gonna do Dog
What?
Soldiers tomorrow, one way or the other.
I'm down.
Dog
Yeah.
Soldiers.
Let's
Kaz,
have-
Kaz,
Kaz, are you available? Obviously, then.
Oh, whoa! Oh, y'all are doing that tomorrow. I want to watch the thing before.
You got a day, brother?
Why don't
I
okay,
don't.
Why
I
don't
gotta
we do
work.
that one next Wednesday?
All right, next Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
sorry.
that puts us closer to September. And between now and tomorrow, we'll figure out what's
We'll
happening.
figure out a
tomorrow.
movie.
You're not going to hear any of this between now and then anyway.
Right.
So,
Doesn't matter.
the listener, that
And then
Oh, I get it.
Thursday is an American After Dark in Discord.
in
and-
PZ85.
Um,
Lindsay will have an incredible list.
Well, so here's my ideas for top fives.
I was gonna say I thought you were gonna do what you wanted to do.
Well, okay, so I had the idea for top 5 factions you've played. But then I was listening to a song the other day, and I thought we like to do music on there. What if we did 5? Have we ever done like 5 artists you've never heard of to listen to, like
That's a cool topic.
obscure or
I-
random artists?
I don't listen.
I
to
think we
your
have,
stuff.
but
No,
I
no,
think
no, I
it's a
don't-
good one to revisit regularly.
Yeah, I don't mean it,
I think
Lindsay. It
Lindsay's
has to
gonna
be
beat
obscure.
all of you in this one.
Lindsay, you could say I don't know who's an old singer, Ralph
Franklin.
Stanley, and just because it's Ralph Stanley.
No, I
I
just
don't know who that is.
No, Ralph Stanley's very good. It's just the disparate. I said Aretha Franklin, you said Ralph Stanley, and those are wildly different portions of the musical canon.
I'm realizing now we should have just reminded them of the schedule and not desperately tried to
Not
plan out
tried to
shows
figure-
at the
no,
end of this show.
No, because we have the shows. No, because we have the shows planned out already.
Right.
This is
Right.
a bit. This is comedy.
Yeah, you're not hearing any of this. None of this is real.
What do you think we are, fucking amateurs? We've been doing this for 8+
None of this
years.
is
You don't think
real.
we have this
Right.
planned out? Come on.
Exactly.
Anyway,
and then
Yeah.
maybe we'll do Horse Time Friday.
and then Horse Friday.
Yeah, why not?
Equestrian. What, Kaz? What, Kaz?
Sorry, I was very happy to see that Dog Soldiers is actually. Never mind.
That wasn't me that time. That was Cody. He
It
earned
wasn't
it.
me either.
Was that Lindsay?
No, I was gonna say. I just got horsed. So their Dog Soldiers is streaming on Freevee for free.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
yeah, through Amazon.
That's
There it is.
Amazon's thing,
All right.
so nice.
And then we'll yeah.
Oh, and real quick, because it actually does pertain to this show. I should have started with this so we could cut all of this last stuff if we wanted to. I think we officially decided on our Halloween game yesterday for PZ85 plays. I'm hoping anyway, because I'm really excited about this. So every year at Halloween we take a pause from what we're doing in our main game, and over the course of October we've done the Horrors of Perryville in the past. We've done some other different things. This year I've been listening to Critical Role's playthrough of Candela Obscura, which is a game that is officially launching later this year. They have a quick start out now, but they're already starting a podcast of it, and it's incredible. Their stuff, obviously, it's Critical Role. Their stuff is great, but I really think that game would work really well for us. It's a very theater of the mind, imagination-driven thing. It's in the Illuminated Worlds setting, which is strictly D6, but it is. To throw some inspiration at you, Penny Dreadful, the X-Files, but in like the progressive era, like industrial revolution. Basically, it's this esoteric group of individuals who are fighting against supernatural forces and keeping them at bay, all under the guise of normalcy, but 100 years ago from our current time. It doesn't follow the normal worlds like history, so it is like it's set in what is effectively like 1909, but not our world. You wouldn't have the normal history of our presidents and that sort of thing. I love it. I'm borderline obsessed with it right now, and I think it would be very cool for our group. So we were talking about it yesterday, and I think that is the plan as it stands, to hopefully do a game of that over the course of that time frame. So,
Okay.
yes,
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yep, which means we have one more episode of Curse of Strahd before we take the October break, which
wow.
I think
we're setting up for a good pause there.
we are. I think this will fit very thematically into what I've got in mind, so perfect.
Dark gray mist.
God damn it.
he's never going to let you live it down, man.
That's all right, Cody.
man.
If it makes you feel better, they got me with.
Berserker.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
They got
Because I am
both of
nothing
us.
if not a glutton for other people being punished as well.
Thank you. All right.
Schadenfreude. Well, I think that's all. We've got plenty of vampiric questions to answer next time. A missing blood druid, some ravens to deal with, a Strahd tree with a black spear in it. We got plenty of shit to talk about next time around. So join us, please, won't you? Next Tuesday for another episode of PZ85 Plays The Curse of Strahd. For Bjorn the Blood Hunter, for Rasmus Thomason, for Zephyra, and for Sophie Valmont the Vampire. I am Cody Sandusky. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay safe in the fog. Come through it next time.
Or the
Dark gray mist